Hello, and welcome to this week's edition of Friday Fuel. My name is Tiffany Lyman, and myself and my business partner, Sarah Nickelberry, collaborate each week to bring you this edition of Friday Fuel. You can engage with myself and Sarah on a daily basis by visiting us in our Facebook group, which is located at www.yourbusinessfuel.com. Again, it's www.yourbusinessfuel.com. Friday Fuel is our weekly segment where we bring you tools, resources, training, and trends that will help you to drive your business forward. The topics that we talk about with our Friday Fuel segments include social media, business development, and brand engagement. You can visit us online at www.fridayfuel.com to review this segment as well as the previous segments of Friday Fuel. Before we get started, we definitely want to say Happy New Year to all of our past visitors and all of our new visitors. Welcome to 2013, and we are excited about being able to interact with you and to help you to reach your 2013 goals. Now, when we talk about goals, which is something that a lot of people do at the beginning of the year, we want to make sure that we are helping you to set your goals, and as it refers to social media, that we're helping you to not only to set those goals, but to be able to manage and measure your success with those goals. So what we find that happens a lot is that people create goals, but the goals don't have any way of being measured. So there's no way of really knowing whether or not that goal was successful. So if you're looking at your current social media goals for the year, or you're looking at your marketing plan, and under the section for social media, you have something like engage more in social media, be more active in social media, to get more results from social media. There's really no way for you to measure those very vague goals. And so what we want to do today is just to help you to set some goals that are measurable and then teach you how to measure those goals so that you can, one, know what success looks like, and then more clearly define the activities that you are going to engage in to help you to reach that success. So the first thing that you want to figure out is, what are you trying to achieve with your social media goals or your social media activities and efforts? What is it that you're trying to do? Are you trying to let people know that you exist, you're a new business, and you really just need people to know where you are and how to find you? Are you trying to rebrand yourself? And as a part of that rebranding, you want people to know what are the new things that you now offer? Or are you trying to increase your sales or build a platform? What exactly are you trying to do online? Once you figure out what those goals are, that will help you to figure out exactly what you need to do to measure, to see your progress towards those goals. What we want you to do is to beware of what we call vanity metrics. And the term vanity metrics comes from a book called Lean Startup by Eric Ries. And basically what a vanity metric is it's something that looks like it's measurable, or something that looks like you should track it, but at the end of the day, it really doesn't drive anything. It's not really something that's relevant. So an example that I can give you is, a lot of times clients will come to us and say, I want to have 1,000 followers on Twitter, or I want to have 10,000 followers on Facebook. But those are vanity metrics or vanity numbers, because you can very well go out and purchase 1,000 followers or 10,000 fans. But if you're purchasing them all from empty shell accounts or dummy accounts, meaning accounts where there is no possibility of engagement, what's really the purpose behind that number? Nothing. There's no engagement, no possibility of sales, nothing that can really come from that. So what we want you to do is to move away from focusing on the vanity metrics and to start to focus on the things that are, one, relevant to your business and your goals. Two, that are traceable, meaning that you can actually figure out where this activity came from. And then three, things that are actionable, something that you can do something about. So if it's a goal that you can actually change and that you can actually influence. So again, it's relevant, traceable, and actionable goals versus just vanity metrics. So now I'm going to talk to you about some of the most common social media goals and give you an example of exactly how you would measure those things. The first one is increase brand awareness. If this is one of your goals, then what you want to measure is what is your total reach, or how many people are you reaching with each post or reaching each week. You also want to measure amplification. That's how deep you're going in your network. So amplification would be something like if you place something on, let's say, LinkedIn, and in LinkedIn it does a really good job of telling you how far removed somebody is from your first network or the people you're directly connected to. So if something that you posted on LinkedIn ends up at somebody who, let's say, is 3 levels removed from you, then you know that it went deep. It went beyond just the people where it showed up in their news feed, but somehow someone engaged with it and it became visible to people in the networks that are not directly connected to you. So how deep is your brand going? Next, you want to measure brand engagement. So that's going beyond how many people are seeing what you're doing, but how many people are actually doing something about it. So how much activity was fostered. That's going to be measured by looking at the numbers of likes, clicks, comments, and shares. If you're talking about Twitter, we would talk about retweets, and new followers might be something that would come from that. Increased traffic. So if you have a blog site or a website, how much increased traffic did you generate as a result of social media? How many clicks did you get on the links that you've placed in your post? How many people actually clicked into the link? When you look into the referral section of your Google Analytics, how many of those visitors actually came from the social media platforms that you are focusing on? And then how many page views did you get? How many increased page views did you get after you started a new campaign or started some new activity? So really being able to measure traffic to your site. And next we'll talk about conversion and loyalty. And this is where you're actually going to say, now that they've come to my site, did they do anything once they got there? So that means that not only are you engaging people and they're coming to your site, but that they're the right people at the right time for the product that you're offering, because they're continuing to take action, because they're actually going through and opting into your list, or they are actually making sales or making transactions with you online. So here you're going to look at things like opt-ins, your sales rates, exit rates, meaning when they come onto the site, are they going through the site, or do they get on, realize this isn't what they thought it was, and immediately exit? So you're going to look at your exit rates. How much time are they spending on the site? And the frequency of visitors. So of course you want to get new and unique visitors, but loyalty is going to be measured based on how often people come back to your site. So you want to get new people as well as retain the people that you've already attracted to your site. So those are some of the things that you would measure if your goal was conversion or loyalty. So now that you have an idea of just some of the goals that you can have for social media and how you can sort of break down what those metrics are, I challenge you to review your 2013 social media goals. Go back and make sure that there are some traceable results that you're looking to gain from the goals that you've set, that you know what your starting point is and what your target is at whatever the ending point is. So if you are measuring it through the end of the year or through the end of the quarter, make sure that's specific. Decide on what metrics you're going to use. So what exactly is it that you're going to measure? And then how frequently are you going to track that progress? So of course, as always, you can engage with us in our Facebook group to get more information about setting goals that are measurable for your social media activity for 2013. As we go through this coming week, we'll be sharing with you some of the tools that you can actually use to start to measure the things that we introduced to you in this segment. So if you want to learn more about that, definitely make sure that you join the Facebook group at www.yourbusinessfuel.com. If you have any questions that you want to see answered in the upcoming segments of Business Fuel, please email those to fuel at pearlsinpursuit.com, or you can simply type the question in Twitter using the hashtag BizFuel, and that's BIZ Fuel. So until next time, we ask that you definitely stay engaged, stay fueled, and stay in motion. We'll talk to you next week. Goodbye.